Hello students, in a previous class we have been studied about a backpropagation algorithm. So as you know that the backpropagation algorithm in a multi-layer neural network, it's a feed forward network where the input and the weight is being with a linear combination of input and weight. Along with this, the unit is going to apply the activation function. So the sigmoid unit, which is going to be acting like a two layers, and it provides the output. So the feed forward network, in the output layer we receives the output, and the output is not being matching with the target value, then the predicted value is a wrong and it contains the error. So by having the backpropagation algorithm, we have seen that how the weights are going to be updated. By tuning the weights, we try to get the proper result. So that's what the backpropagation algorithm is being studied. Now let us look at how the output value, that is net value of the weight, is going to be updated at the output unit, and how the weights can be updated inside the hidden layer with respect to the derivation. So with respect to the error which we have been found out, with respect to that we tries to get how the weights are going to be addressed in the output unit and how the weights are going to be updated in the hidden unit. Now let us look at, by applying the chain rule, we can apply the chain rule and we can write the equation. In a previous class also we have seen the equation del ed by del net j into x I j I is going to provide you a error which is being got found out. Now let us look at this equation. We are going to have a net j is being indicated as the error which is present in a overall network. At the end we are going to receive the result. So now let us find out how the weights can be updated at the output layer. Now let us look at here. We invoke the chain rule. We invoke the chain rule. Invoke chain rule, and we can write delta ed, or we can call del of ed, del ed by del net j, where net j, in a previous class we have indicated net j is the weights, the summing up of all the weights from the starting to the unit j. That is what the net j. So the net j is equal to del of ed by del of output j multiplied by del of output j by del of net j. Okay. By considering this equation, we can call it as equation number 1. We just consider it equation number 1. By considering the equation number 1, we can retain the first one as it is, and we can write it as we can consider the first equation, that is del ed by del oj is going to be considered from the first equation. We can write it as del ed, delta ed or delta oj is equal to del of del oj, where ed can be expressed as half summation of k belongs to the outputs tk minus ok the whole square. In a previous class itself I have explained about the notations which is being considered over this derivation. So here Tk is the target output of the kth unit and OK is the output value which has been obtained or predicted by the network. This is what E is indicating the error. Now, the derivative, if you are performing a derivation operation, the derivative we are going to obtain, that is E ED divided by del OJ is equal to half, we are going to take it out. Next, del by del OJ, we are not going to consider it for the complete summation. We just consider only for the jth net. When you consider it for only for the jth net, then we can rewrite this equation as half del divided by del OJ multiplied by Tj minus OJ the whole square. So, by applying a derivation means differentiation, we are going to get a derivation that is equal to half into 2 to Tj minus Oj into del of delta Oj into Tj minus Oj. Next, again by 2 to get cancel. Next, by applying once again differentiation to this, when we apply the differentiation to this, what will happen here is we are going to consider applying differentiation, we are going to get minus Tj minus Oj. That is like how we can summation is being performed here is by considering k as a j. See here the kth output is considered as a j is equal to kth output. Now applying the differentiation, we are going to get this particular part. After this, see what happens here is Tj is the target output which we are going to obtain. Now we have not obtained the target output. So here what happened, output Oj is a 1. We are going to just remove this Tj and we can't differentiation the Tj with respect to Oj. So because of that reason, the Tj is going to be removed. Next part is if you differentiate Oj with respect to delta Oj, then we are going to get minus 1. So that's what we are written over here, minus Tj minus Oj with the within bracket minus of Oj. Now with the by using a sigmoid function, that is see here, since Oj is equal to sigmoid function of net j. So the derivative, that's what we have done the derivative, that is the first we have made a derivative of this part, first term. So first term we have done the derivation and we have got the result, this particular part. This is what delta Ed by delta Oj. This is the first part of this equation we have got. Now let us look at the second part, that is delta Oj by delta net j. Now let us look at here delta Oj, since Oj is sigmoid net j, and then the derivative which is the derivative, that is the derivative is delta Oj divided by delta net j is said to be a sigmoid function. So is said to be a derivative of sigmoid function. It is a this is the derivative of sigmoid function. It's the derivative of sigmoid function. So that sigmoid function is, which is already like noted that sigma of net j into 1 minus sigma of net j. So it will be like considering it as a minus. So what we are supposed to do is, now let us look at this particular part, that is this delta Oj by delta of net j is can be written as, see, delta of Oj can be treated as sigma net j. So you can replace here delta of sigmoid net j divided by delta of net j, where after differentiation we are supposed to get this Oj 1 minus Oj, Oj 1 minus Oj. Now what happens, we have got the first term over here. This is the first term, let us consider equation number 2, and we have got the second term, that is delta Oj by delta net j. This is the third equation. So substitute these two equations in equation number 1. So substituting these two equation number 2 and equation number 3 into the equation number 1, we are going to get delta Ed by delta net j is equal to minus Tj minus Oj into Oj 1 minus Oj. So this is, I can say, equation number 4. Now the next step is, using this rate of change of error, means there is a, with respect to the net output, we have obtained the error. That Ed, that is the error which we have been obtained here, is minus Tj minus Oj multiplied with Oj, that is multiplied with 1 minus Oj. So now substitute this equation, fourth equation, to find the weight, updated weight. Now let us look at how the weights are being updated at the output unit. Stochastic gradient rule, we have got a equation. That equation is going to say the how the weights are being updating. So that weight updation is given by, according to the stochastic gradient rule, that is delta Wji is equal to minus eta. The eta is a learning rate or a stepping rate, we can say, that is eta del of Ed by del of Wji, where by having this del of Wij, we can write like, see, del of Ed by del of Wji. So del of Wij is indicating the, like, it is a error which is being found out in the net weight. So means there is a summation of a weights and then find out the error. So here this fourth equation can be placed, or we can substitute the equation number 4 in the equation number A. We can consider it as a equation number A. Then we are going to get delta Wji is equal to minus eta, it will remains as it is, minus eta, then delta ED by delta Ji is indicating ED by net J. So, ED by net J, sorry, it is not ED by net J, it is ED by Wji, sorry, this is ED by net J, this is ED by Oj, this is Oj by net J, this is delta ED by delta Wj. Delta ED by delta Wj is indicated here, that is minus Tj minus Oj into Oj into into 1 minus Oj, 1 minus Oj. So, now at the end minus minus get cancelled, that is a plus. So, delta Wji is equal to eta into Tj minus Oj into Oj into 1 minus Oj. This is what exactly the training rule. This is what the training rule to update the weights in the output unit. So, this is the derivation of how we are going to update the weight in a output unit. Now, let us look at how we are going to update the weights in a hidden units. What happens here is, when you are considering the hidden unit outputs, for example, let us look at, this is the hidden layer. See, as you people know that input layer will be there, next output layer will be there. So, in this hidden layer, see, in a hidden layer we can have a large number of units can be present, and we can have more than one number of layers can be present. See, in this hidden layer, it's a first layer of hidden layer, next second layer hidden layer, next it can be a third hidden layer, next output. So, when there is a output is computed by this hidden layer, what happens? We are trying to find out the error which is present inside the hidden layer itself. See, if this is the one unit, this is a one unit, we are producing the error output, and that output will be, which in turn act like a input to the next unit of a hidden layer. Next, once again this is can be sends the output, that is a error. This output may be the input to the another unit of another layer. So, what happens here is, we are trying to find out the error on the downstream of this particular hidden layer and try to find out the net weight that must be updated because of that downstream jth unit error. So, suppose, see, this is the one first layer of hidden, next this is the second layer of the hidden layer, and this is the third layer of the hidden layer, because the three layers are comprising the hidden layers. So, what happens here is, when the error we are going to find out in a jth unit, we try to change the update the weight which is present in this particular part. So, here what happens, the net j which is being considered is summing of all the weights which comes to the downstream of the jth unit in a hidden layer, So, that is what we consider for deriving a updated weight, that is we are having a training load to find out the updated weight in a hidden layer. So now let us look at here. Now let us look at this derivation. So with this derivation, we are come to know how we are going to update the weights in the hidden layer at the jth unit. The jth unit has been a downstreaming of that unit which present in a hidden layer. The net j can influence network output. Okay, and next here we are considering the units in downstream of jth unit. Jth unit present in a hidden layer. Now therefore we can write a partial derivative of delta of Ed, or we can also call del, few times it will be pronounced as del or delta. Delta of Ed by delta of net j is equal to summation of k, that is going to belongs to a downstream of j. Say this particular part can be written as delta Ed by delta of net k multiplied by delta of net k by delta of net j. So here delta Ed by delta net k, we can say in a word, it is a error which is found out in the kth unit of the hidden layer. So the kth unit, we can say that one part is, that is equal to summation of k belongs to downstream of j. Here delta Ed by delta net k can be written as minus delta k, where this minus delta k is indicating error which is present in the kth unit of a hidden layer. Now delta net k by delta net j. Now we can write this delta net k by delta net j as, with respect to the output of the jth unit, we can mention it like is equal to summation k belongs to downstream of j minus delta k into delta net k by delta oj multiplied by delta oj by delta net j. So here delta net k by delta oj, where we can write it, that is the net weight which we are obtaining from the jth unit to the kth unit. So the weight we can write it as, that is summation of k belongs to the downstream minus delta k. So here delta net k by delta oj can be written as, and the weight can be written as wkj, where the weight with respect to j to kth unit, and delta oj by delta net j. Now in a previous equation also we found out that delta Oj by delta net j is equal to Oj into 1 minus Oj. We can replace this delta Oj by delta net j, that can be replaced by is equal to summation k belongs to downstream j minus delta k wkj, where this particular part can be replaced by Oj into 1 minus Oj. 1 minus Oj. Now, by rearranging this particular formula, we are going to obtain the updation of a weight inside the hidden unit. Now, let us rearrange this and then rearrange this following, and then we are going to obtain a denoted as a minus Ed by W delta Wji, that is by rearranging we can say that is equation number, here we have taken this as, we can take it this as equation number 1, we can take it equation number 2. Rearranging equation 2 we get and we need to denote minus delta Ed by delta Wji. We have delta j, that is the error, is equal to Oj into 1 minus Oj summation of k belongs to downstream j, it's delta k Wji, So, now delta Wji can be written as eta delta j, that is this is the delta j into xji to xji. This is what we are being getting, how delta Wji. So, that is about how we are being considering the output of the downstream of the jth unit present in a hidden layer and updating the values by having this derivatives, and we are being looking at how the weights are going to be updated inside the hidden layer. The adding momentum. So, what is this adding momentum? Like, let us understand this concept with an example. Let us look at this example in a gradient descent rule, where we try to find out the local minima so that it gives you a proper weight, and that weight is going to provide you a predicted value, means target value. So, now let us consider this is the error and this is a weight. Now, let us look at, there is a variation in this local minima. See, we can't expect, like when you consider a multi-layer neural network, we can't have a single local minima, because in a hypothesis space where we are going to have a multiple local minima is going to be obtained in a while working in a multi-layer neural network. So, for example, if you consider this is a one example where we are going to have so now let us consider this example. When you consider this example, we have plotted the varying the weights. When you comes to the analyzing the error which is present, so this is the one steepest, this is the highest point. If you consider this highest point, if you consider this particular weight, consider for example any weight W, see this weight will be having the highest value of error. So what the neural network is going to do, by applying the back propagation algorithm, we tries to find out the minimum error with respect to that weight. So by applying the back propagation algorithm, it's a iterative process where it keep on updating the weights and try to find out the steepest position where we are going to obtain a local minima. So when it is coming to this part, it keeps on decreasing, updating the learning rate. See what the learning rate is going to provide? Learning rate is a acting like a steps to move the weights from one position to another. So by choosing a appropriate learning rate, we are going to apply the steps to decrease the error or to increase the error. So now with this learning rate, in each and every step it move towards the local minima. Now we have got the local minima, but when you consider this particular weight, still there is a, it's not being considered like a, it is the point where we are going to have a local minima, that is a minimum error is present in this particular point. No, it is not been present. It is not a local minima where we are going to get a minimum error, but still this has to move from here and then it needs to find out another local minima. Still there is another local minima is present, but now the learning rate is not so capable of moving steps to the forward and tries to find out the local minima. So because of that reason, because of the learning rate or steps cannot move towards the and it cannot be like, see, it cannot move over here and comes to the this local minima. It tries to jump from this point to this particular point. It requires a addition of values or addition of one term is going to be required to jump the value from this local minima to the another local minima. So that is how where we need to depends on the term called a momentum, where momentum is adding a velocity and a mass to this particular object to move from one local minima to another local minima. So that is a one point. So here the back propagation algorithm is easily generalizes for the feed forward network, and another thing is it is keep on finding arbitrarily the depth which is present in the local minima, but only thing is it finds the depth and the weights are being updated, weights are going to be updated, that's what is being performed. Most common weight updation is being applied in a back propagation algorithm here is delta Wji is equal to eta, that is the stepping rate, finding of the error del of ij into xji, xji, del of j xji, that is finding out the error present in the jth unit and changing the learning rate, that is stepping rate, delta eta, and the input with respect to from the ith unit to jth unit, we try to update the wji according to the back propagation algorithm. For this particular term, we need to add a momentum. So, momentum, what it will do, it tries to update the weights depend on the partially on the updation of the weights of a n plus 1th iterations. Means it tries to find out the weights, updation of the weights in a n plus 1th iteration and tries to find out the local minima. So, for this equation, we try to add the another term, that term we call it as a momentum term. The momentum term is, along with this we try to add, that is w delta ji is equal to of n. N is a n number of units, that is n number of layers which is present. In that we are going to come across ith unit or jth unit. So, here the n is equal to eta del j xji plus alpha delta wji into n minus 1 to n minus 1, where this is delta wji of n is going to have a weights are going to be updated, and that is performed during the nth iteration through the looping, through the main looping of the algorithm, and then the momentum alpha is going to be included. That constant alpha is varying from 0 to 1, that is the alpha is a term, the alpha is a constant in the momentum term. This complete term we call it as a momentum term. In the momentum term, where the alpha will be varying from 0 to 1, it's a constant value. So, that is all about the adding a momentum. Now, this is like in this class we have looked at the derivation of a output unit and hidden unit, how the weights are being updated, and then at the end we have included a additional term called a momentum term, so that we are going to find the local minima present in a hypothesis space. That's all. Let us continue in the next class. Thank you.